Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. So I had a really nice gentleman from a company called Baltic Blades over in Lithuania. He makes some really nice knives over there, so check him out if you can find him over on Instagram. But he reached out asking about some of the Norplex micarta. I think most specifically the linen and the canvas materials. He was wondering how we get our handles so flat and how to get the material flat. So this morning, there's a lot of ways to do this. You can do it on a surface grinder, mill, any old kind of way. But I just want to give you a few bits of feedback on how we get our handles as flat as we do. When ours are done, they match up perfectly. They're pretty daggone dead flat. So how we do that is we qualify it on the mill. So for our handles, they start out like blocks like this out of a larger sheet, but as he pointed out, sometimes they aren't exactly straight, and you can see that here just from flat plating. And then as we're milling things, we're cutting through the layers differently. So how we address that is you don't want to put any stress by pushing down on the part. So if you're trying to sand a handle flat, you don't want to push it against a belt or something really hard. You're going to push the stress, you're going to straighten it out, but it's still there. So we put ours in here pretty loosely, just enough to have contact with the bottom of our first op fixture. And then we attack them from the side here so they're not under any load stress. So as we come in with the shell mill here, they'll walk across the parts and then create a nice flat surface that's qualified. We have a known thickness and a nice flat surface for our second operation. So that's actually in the mill here right now happening. And what happens in that is a 3D surfacing operation that takes them from this to this in op 1, and then this is the final product in the second operation. So from here we have a nice flat handle, a good qualified surface, and from here they'll go over for micro texturing, and then we'll fine sand the bottom a little bit here to get any little threads and things like that off of there. None of us really appreciate how that looks for the fit and finish. So we like to get all those visible threads off of the edges of the handles so that everything is clean and aesthetic. And then there's always a little ball end mill pattern here that I erase in microtexture, which again, you have to be very careful so you don't affect tolerance. For anybody wondering, we are also working on some milled patterns here. We're very meticulous about everything, so we want to make sure that for each design there's no hot spots. It does what it's supposed to without detracting from the overall functionality and comfort of the knife. So as we work on that, we might have some 3D surfacing options here in the future, but that's something still a ways down the road. But Paul, I'm just going to call you Paul because I don't want to mangle your first name, but thank you for that wonderful question. And again, if you haven't checked out his knives over there from Baltic Blades in Lithuania, they're worth a look. He makes some really nice stuff. So if you didn't know, now you know. And have a great day, all right?